Karen cut the mooring on my boat, so I got her indicted without ever raising my voice. The lake was my sanctuary. Every dawn, I'd row out to the center, where the water mirrored the sky, and let the world's noise fade. My boat, a battered old skiff named Serenity, was my lifeline. I'd moor her to the community dock, a shared space where neighbors respected each other's ties, until Karen moved in. Karen, with her sharp tongue and sharper sense of entitlement, decided the dock was her stage. She'd complain about cluttered boats, demand her parking spot, and glare at anyone who dared fish too close to her pristine lawn. Nobody challenged her. They'd mutter, roll their eyes, and move on. But I wasn't wired that way. I kept my mooring tight and my temper tighter. Started with notes, scrawled on neon paper, taped to my boat. Move this junk or I will. I ignored them. Then came the shouting matches. Karen, red-faced, screaming about property values while I tied my knots in silence. The neighbors watched from their porches, too scared to intervene. I didn't need their help. I had patience. But one morning, I found Serenity drifting 100 yards out, the mooring rope sliced clean. My gear rods, tackle, a photo of my late wife was soaked. Karen stood on the dock, smirking, a pair of shears glinting in her hand. Problem? She taunted. My blood boiled, but I said nothing. I waded into the freezing water, hauled my boat back, and started planning. I knew Karen thought she'd won. She didn't know I'd been recording her rants for months of them on my phone, on a cheap trail cam hidden in the dock's shed. Every threat, every boast about fixing the lake her way. The footage was gold, but I needed more. I needed her to dig her own grave. So I waited. 2 days later, she escalated. At the annual lake festival, with half the town crammed onto the shore, Karen cut another rope this time, Old Tom's fishing boat. It drifted into the shallows, nearly hitting a swimmer. The crowd gasped, but Karen just laughed, waving her shears like a trophy. That's when I saw her daughter, Lily, a quiet kid of 16, slip away from the chaos, her face pale with shame. Lily was the twist I hadn't expected. That night, she knocked on my door, eyes red from crying. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "Mom's out of control." She handed me a thumb drive. "She's been stealing from the dock fund." I plugged it in, and there it was, screenshots of Karen siphoning money meant for dock repairs into her own account. Lily had access to her mom's laptop. "She thinks she's untouchable," Lily said. "Please stop her." I didn't promise her anything. I just nodded. But inside, I felt a pang. This kid was braver than anyone in town, and it was costing her everything. With Lily's evidence and my recordings, I went to the sheriff. Karen's antics weren't just vandalism, they were theft, fraud, and reckless endangerment. The sheriff, fed up with her complaints, didn't need convincing. They didn't arrest her, though not yet. They built a case while Karen strutted around, clueless. I didn't confront her. I didn't need to. When the indictment hit, it was quiet. No sirens. No sirens, just a deputy at her door. Karen's smirk vanished when she saw the papers. She screamed about small-town conspiracies. But the evidence was airtight. The town buzzed, some cheering, others stunned. Lily moved in with her grandmother, avoiding the fallout. The lake's quieter now. I fixed my boat, retied my mooring. But victory feels bitter. Karen's not in jail, she's out on bail, fighting the charges, still venomous. Lily won't look at me. Her loyalty to her mom's a wound that won't heal. I saved Serenity, but the lake's trust is frayed. I think about that day, the rope floating away, and wonder if I could have talked to Karen first, maybe reached her before it all broke. Justice came, but it left scars. What do you think? Was it justice or just settling a score? Share your view on fairness and community conflict.